Alrighty guys, I'm going to try and keep this video very short and very simple because I just want to get some feedback with a few projects that I can work on, and I want you guys to actually be a part of this. And again, I'm going to explain a few problems that we were dealing with for earners commissions, why our momentum slowed down, why we slowed down, why we had to do all these changes and stuff like that. Okay, so just make sure you watch this video to the very end, so you can understand exactly how our business ran, how all the infrastructure worked and all that kind of stuff. All right, so again, the goal of this video is I actually want to build massive momentum with big commissions moving into 2019. Okay, and if you guys are watching this video, of course you guys are VIP partners, and I want you guys to actually be leading the whole group with big commissions. I want you guys to actually be sharing your results. I want you guys to actually be the leaders, right? Now, I want you guys to understand, because some of you guys are still confused of why I took down the qualified member commissions and why this active member commission right now is not working. Okay, so first of all, qualified member commissions, right? So when we first created this PPL program, okay, that was actually our first time. We actually ran in head first. So basically, we were just doing this pay per lead program in the dark. Okay, so we had no experience on how to audit these leads. Okay, so what we did was we had a really basic criteria. My team just basically checked, hey, if they're from these countries, if they confirm their account, if our tracking pixel fired, if these just basically simple steps that is very, very easy to achieve, or checked, then that person earns $1 commissions. Okay, so we had a very, very basic criteria for this qualified member commission. And so when we first started, we were paying our people like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars every single week. Okay, but we weren't actually losing that much money because we were making it back to the VIP commission. This is because we first launched. Okay, so most of the VIP commission actually went to the company. However, when members start bringing in VIP commission and we start paying out the commissions, in other words, we're not really making that much money because we're giving out back then, if you guys remember, we pay out $500 on a $550 sale. Okay, so basically on every single $550 sale we got, we paid out $500, and of course we paid you the full $500. So we actually cop all the fee from the $550 sale. Okay, so imagine this, guys. I want you guys to really imagine it, right? We made, let's just write it here, we made $550. Okay, it actually goes into our account around like 520 something. Okay, because of all the fees and stuff like that. Okay, it could be, I could be like 530, 500, maybe like less, 510, something like that. But we paid out $500 straight up. In other words, we weren't really making money. Okay, so when our program started building momentum, which you guys were in that phase back in May, if you remembered, lots of members made $500 here, $500 here, $500 here, and we were happy to pay those commissions out because we wanted you guys to make money. We wanted to build that momentum. Okay, but as a company, we were actually not making money. Okay, guys, I want to be completely honest with you guys, because we were paying out thousands of dollars every single week on qualified member commission. Again, keep in mind, right, that was our first time operating something like qualified member commission. We had no idea how to run it. We had no idea what could come at us in terms of fraud and scam. So we knew that some people would do some shenanigans, but we didn't know how to prevent it. Okay, so as time goes by, we started to pick up on a few tricks that members are doing. For example, they were using the same IP. For example, they were using disposable emails. They were using temporary emails, right? And then it got to the point where people were doing emails like, John Smith 123, John Smith 1234, John Smith 12345, John Smith 1234556. Okay, and keep this in mind, right? Those emails, right, they passed our criteria of being tier 1, right? So they're probably using some sort of VPN, I'm guessing. Okay, it passed the criteria of double opt-in. It passed the criteria of not being a disposable email. Okay, so what happened was we realized that as our program had momentum, it picked up and lots of people were joining us. We were also getting lots of scams and lots of fraudsters. And so every single week we were paying out, again, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, basically based on the criteria that we had at place, and that wasn't the perfect process. Okay, so as time goes by, again, we added more layers, we added more layers to the point where every single week my team had to manually scroll through each email to make sure it doesn't look sus. Okay, and that was the only reason how we found stuff like John Smith 123, John Smith 1234, John Smith 12345, right? And so what happened, guys, is that we were actually backtracking all our commission payout, and we realized that we were paying out tens of thousands of dollars to absolute scammers. Okay, and that was the reason why we had to shut down qualified member commission, because a few people just come in and just try to abuse the system, which they did. Right, they did very well, and we copped everything. Again, I didn't really share that much to the public, only because it's like I don't. You guys don't need to know that at that time, right? You guys need to understand that I had to take it out because we were just getting screwed over. Okay, so the new plan right now that you guys are going through is active member commissions. Now, here's the thing that I realized, right? I've been preaching the fact that people need to build the email list, for years now. Okay, and this whole active member commission thing is supposed to help them build the email list. It's supposed to help them understand that, hey, if they want to build an email list, we're gonna build the system for them. And as a bonus for building a system, we'll even give you commission bumps and so on and so forth, right? But what happened is that people don't appreciate it. This is, members would email us saying, hey, I don't want to buy GetResponse and ClickMagic, right? I don't want to invest in it. Why do you force us to? Okay, so basically what's telling me is they're not interested in building their own email list, right? And then not to mention, every form that gets submitted, right, my team would have to log into their accounts and build their system. Okay, and this is what happened, guys. Let's say out of like 300 people, for example, that submits the form, okay, almost 250 of them are all wrong. So in other words, some people have free GetResponse account, some people don't even have a ClickMagic account, some people just submit the form for the sake of it, some people don't even have their account created. Okay, so basically people weren't taking this seriously. Not to mention, right, ClickMagic, as soon as we set up the system for them, what they do is they refund for both of them. They cancel ClickMagic and they refund GetResponse. Okay, so what we did was we noticed a pattern that people weren't really that they didn't really care about the whole list building system. Okay, and that is one thing that I don't want to push any further. Okay, so I don't want to preach, especially for earnings commissions anyway, I don't want to force them to get the list building system, even though it's for their benefit. Okay, so in other words, guys, what we're going to do moving forward is this whole active member thing is not going to be a forced step anymore. Okay, so even though we're trying to get them to understand, we're trying to get them to have the system set up, well, we're trying to help them build the email list, no one appreciates it. They feel like it's forceful and they don't even like it, and they're trying to screw us over by doing all these shenanigans, right? We had a member who submitted the form over 100 times, guys. Okay, over 100 times. So what happened was they had two accounts, right? Imagine this is account A. Okay, oops, sorry guys, let me just get rid of this. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's spread this out. They had account A, okay, and they referred themselves, and now they had account B. Okay, now what happened is this account A, think of it as it's the main account, right? And this account A also referred account C. And then let's say, for example, this account C referred account D. But in other words, they had 100 accounts under themselves. Okay, so what they did was they submitted the form over 100 times, right, with the same GetResponse username and password, with the same ClickMagic username and password. Only thing difference is the username. They think it's because it's 100 different accounts. This person here, for example, let's say they all sign up under the account A. This account A guy will get 100 active member commissions. Okay, and it simply does not work that way, because we actually have formulas in place that shows us how many times a member submits their form. Okay, because I get that some people submitted the form with incorrect details, so they'll have to submit it again. Okay, just like some of you guys submitted multiple times because you were using Aweber and you submitted the form like this and that way, and so on and so forth. So we get that, right? But some people just try to abuse the system. So what we're going to do moving forward, right, is we want to make this process very, very simple, where there's actually zero risk on our part. Okay, because the truth is we can't be sustainable if we open these kind of loopholes for members to try and cheat the system. And I'm sort of fed up with the fact that I need to come up with auditing process just to make sure that we don't get scammed. Okay, that is the worst nightmare, guys. Knowing that, hey, there's a chance that people out there right now they're taking advantage of the system and they're just abusing us, making money for free. Okay, so that's why, guys, moving forward, we will no longer force our members to actually set up the system in order to earn commission. Okay, it's going to be a lot easier, it's going to be a lot simpler, and at the same time we will also make it so that it's not like a like an absolute killer, like, so that we're not going to make it so they don't earn anything at all. We're going to make that level a free level, like an actual level where they can actually stay at that level if they want to. It's optional and they can still make good money. Okay. But before that, guys, I want to walk you through these points right here. Okay, so number 3 is too many problems in 2018 that slowed us down. Now, as you guys know, throughout this whole year, okay, I had time to sit back, to look at everything. And what I realized was the reason why we were slowed down all the time, the reason why we had to do all these changes is because problems just keep arising. So for example, right, we actually had 3 different Stripe accounts, okay, that all shut us down, okay. PayPal at one stage actually limited our account. Okay, they actually froze our funds for a bit. We had to actually explain them, talk to them on the phone, and there was basically a merchant problem. Okay, that's number 1. 2, our autoresponder shut us down. So if you guys took notice, we've actually changed autoresponders a few times now. Okay, that's the reason for that is because we were growing by thousands of leads per day, and again, because of the qualified member period, right? People were actually injecting bots. They were injecting fake emails, disposable emails. And what happened was at that time, we again had no idea. So there was no way for us to actually stop that. Okay. Now we can blacklist emails, here and there. But at the same time, because of our qualified member commission setup, bots were just being injected into our autoresponders on a daily basis. We're talking about the thousands here, okay? And so that is why autoresponders will actually look at our account and be like, oh my God, this is a spam. This is a spam user, right? And that's why we've got to shut down a few times, okay? And just basically all these other problems, like for example, earnings commissions actually got hacked. The server got hacked, right? I actually had to close down a few of my other websites because our whole entire server got hacked, okay? Our tracking account got screwed over because people were actually sending millions of clicks on a daily basis. And what happened was the server, our click manager, couldn't hack our account anymore, so they just froze our account. Okay, so after talking to Patrick and all that, again, that's why we had to change our tracking account. Okay, so as you guys can see, these changes aren't done because I wanted to or because I was bored, because problems keep happening and we had to change it. We had no choice to, okay? And that's why all these problems actually slowed us down massively, because every time when it happens, right, we actually just have no choice but to slow everything down, to get everything to stop promoting, to find another solution, and then to move on from there, okay? And that is why, if you guys aren't receiving emails from me, that's because we're still in the process of looking for another autoresponder. We're still in the process of cleaning up all our emails because we don't want to email, bots and junk traffic. But it's got to the point right now that we can't even tell the difference between a bot email, a real email, and a fake email. So we're actually, we're cleaning our emails. We spend tens of thousands of dollars just on this project alone, okay? And again, that's why I couldn't, email members, because we can't, right? Technically, we have a whole data of emails, right? But we can't email anyone because we're going through the process of cleaning them, right? Because we don't want to have 10,000 bounce emails. That's just gonna get us banned again. So we'll be, we're very, very cautious now. But we're getting slowed down massively because I can't email promotional emails. I can't, do training videos and email the whole entire list, so on and so forth. All right. And our Facebook group, for example, back then it was an open group. People could put their comment, and it got to the point where we were getting 300, 500 posts per day that needs to be approved. Okay, and we don't have a staff to manage our Facebook posts to the point where we can actually approve 500 posts per day. Approve, decline, approve, decline. We can't afford to do that. That's why we stopped comments altogether. Okay, and that slowed us down. Okay, because people start saying, "Hey Chuck, you're hiding stuff. You're not being transparent. I can't even post on Facebook anymore." But the truth is, people were actually posting so many stuff, and stuff like, "How do I log in?" Stuff like, "I just joined," right? And I get that people should be able to comment and start a new post. But it's got to the point where we need to make sure that, we don't allow people who comes in and spam, or we don't allow people to come in and just basically cross-sell, cross-promote, or just sell other products, right? And again, guys, I want you to understand, okay, that the reason why we had so many changes, the reason why we had so many ups, so many downtime is because problems happen that I wasn't prepared for, okay? Now, too much risk and had multiple accounts shut down. Now, this comes back to where we were paying out high ticket commissions, okay? Unlike most companies out there, we actually took on the initial investment. So, for example, right, let's say you are account A, okay? If you brought in account B and this account B upgraded to a VIP back then, that would actually pay the company $550, okay? And what we will do is we'll be like, okay, cool. Account A, which is you, is the sponsor. So we'll actually PayPal you $500. Okay, so we took the payment and we'll take care of the payment. Okay, And what happened was that actually is a lot of risk, because if you think about our PayPal account, right, it's basically the 550 coming in, 550 coming in, 550 coming in. But when it comes to the weekly, the basic 500 is going out, 500 is going out, 500 is going out. And you know, in terms of cash flow wise, it looks very, very, very it looks very kind of it doesn't look clean. It doesn't look like an actual business, right? And so PayPal had to, like, you know, we had problems with PayPal, okay, just to put it that way. Not to mention, okay, guys, now again, I don't want to actually call this out to everyone, but just understand that, you know, there are some disputes, there are some chargebacks that we have to deal with. And now some of those disputes and some of those chargebacks, right, we already paid out the commissions, okay? So think of it like, imagine I paid you out to $500 commission, but now your member decides to file a chargeback. And as you guys know, when it comes to PayPal dispute and PayPal chargeback, the chances of a seller winning is very, very low, okay? We can submit the privacy policy, the refund policy, we can submit screenshots, we can submit as much as we want, okay? If PayPal decides that the buyer wins, then we lose the money, okay? Now, some members, right, that we email saying, and we explain the situation to get the money back. Some of you guys actually gave us the $500 back, but some members just stayed quiet and they just didn't say a word, right? In other words, they took our money and they left, okay? Some of them, get this, okay, some of them threaten that if they return the money, they will also file a chargeback on their investment, okay? So basically, put it this way, long story short, again, I don't want to explain the entire problem that we had to deal with when it came to paying out high ticket commissions, is that we had too much risk, okay? It was too much risk, and then because of that, you know, our Stripe got affected, our PayPal got affected, and we just had to make sure that we can't take on that much risk anymore moving forward, okay? Now, the truth is I did lose focus when it came to EEC. It got to the point where I just want to shut this whole thing down, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand that that is like, I don't want to be labeled as a quitter, okay? Because we just got scammed over and over on a daily basis. And what it was it was just so stressful and so frustrating that my time and effort used on EEC was just not worth it at that time, okay? But as you guys know, I'm still here. I'm still trying to make things better, right? And I think we're going on the right direction to keep us sustainable, okay? And that's why I want you guys to help me with this video, because I want to make sure in 2019 that EEC is sustainable, but at the same time it's very, very profitable, okay? But I just want you guys to understand that, you know, I did lose focus when problems happen, when people try to scam us and stuff like that, okay? That is why I'm shooting this video, because I want you guys to actually help me create the perfect program, right? If there is such thing as a perfect program, I want you guys to actually hear me out in this video, listen to my options, give me some feedback so we can actually start working on it right now. So when we hit 2019, you guys will be the top earners straight away. Again, of course, we're going to eliminate all the risk. We're going to eliminate all the problems. We're going to make sure that we don't have to deal with those problems ever again, okay? Now, moving forward again, if you guys can help and come up with the perfect program and everything makes sense, basically, you know, we're going to sit back, we're going to see, okay, what can go wrong? What are the risks? What can go wrong? Here, there, kind of thing. And if everything looks good, I reckon what's going to happen is we're going to have full clarity again. We're going to believe in this program 100%, you and I, right? And what we're going to do is I'm just going to focus on the leadership. I'm going to focus on closing sales. I'm going to focus on the training videos. Okay, guys? So again, some of you guys, maybe you're sick and tired of EEC, you want to leave. That's completely fine. But for those who are still serious, for those who still want to build a successful online business with EEC, just keep watching this video. Okay? So the first option, okay, is this one right here. Now I want to explain to you, okay? There's going to be 3 levels. Now, the reason why there's 3 levels is because what we're doing is we're actually sandwiching the elite. Okay, so think of it like the pro doesn't exist and the VIP doesn't exist. We're trying to sandwich the elite to get these $500 commissions for you guys. Okay, so here's the deal. There's going to be 4 different levels, right? There's going to be the free member, the pro member, the elite member, and VIP. Okay, these are the 3 upgraded versions, and these are the 4 levels. Okay, so when a free member brings in a pro member, which costs $220, they make $20 in commission. When a free member brings in an elite member, that costs $550, they make $50 in commission. Now, when a free member makes a VIP sale, which costs 2.2K, they make $100 in commission. Okay, so again, I'm not going to be focused on free members this year. Okay, I want everyone to upgrade at the minimum, right? But if they want to become a free member, you know, we're still giving them some decent commissions if they choose to. Okay, it's not recommended, of course, as you guys can see, but it's one of those things where, you know, people want free members. Let's give it to them. Okay, it makes them happy. We can advertise EEC as a free program. And also on top of that, you know, it is decent commission structure, so they can just make a few bucks here and there, so they can upgrade to pro once they have proof of concept. Okay. Now the next level is the pro member. So basically when you upgrade to become a pro member, you get $200 from this 220 sale. Okay, so we're going with the concept of a $20 admin fee and a 100% commission structure. Okay, now if this pro member brings in an elite member, right, they still make $200. Okay, and if this pro member brings in a VIP sale, they still make $200. Okay, so this is again not bad for those who can't afford elite, but elite is where the real money is at. Okay, because if elite member brings in a pro, they make the $200, which is 100% commission. If an elite member brings in an elite, which costs $550, they make $500 in commission. Okay, now if an elite member brings in a VIP sale, they make $1,000 in commission. Okay, so this is the level that we're going to try and focus on. This is the level that we're trying to close on every single member. Okay, because when it comes to VIP, it's the same thing as the elite. Besides this one, which is 1,000, it would just be 2,000. Okay. Now I'll be honest with you guys. The reason why I want to close elite sale is because it's so much easier for me to actually shoot group training videos in the elite VIP, inner circle. Okay. The Chuck's coaching, guys, I don't know what you guys notice or not, it's actually very, very overwhelming. Okay, and that's why sometimes I'm so delayed when it comes to responding, because if I'm not in a clear mindset, I can't reply half-heartedly, and most of the time, because of all these problems, I always delay it. Okay, again, that's my bad. There's no excuse, but that's just a fact. Okay, that's why we're not going to be focused on closing VIP sales. We're going to be focused on closing the elite sales, so you guys can still make those consistent $500 over and over and over again. Okay. Not to mention that we're also gonna, pro members will also get, traffic commissions, and elite members will also get GRCM, Get Response, and ClickMagick sales. Okay. Now the reason why you can still get Get Response and ClickMagick sales is because there's gonna be a bonus tab where people can set up the system for free. Okay, I spelled system there wrong, but just ignore the English. Basically, we found out back then was when we put it as a bonus, in other words, optional, those who do want to set it up actually use the system. Okay, so they won't just sign up, create their accounts, and they just cancel everything. Okay, because that's going to waste their time, it's going to waste our time. So if we put it as a bonus, for those who don't want to invest into the system, they don't have to buy anything. They don't waste their time, they don't waste our time, so we can focus on better stuff, right? But for those that do want to, well, you guys, of course, you guys are already qualified at the VIP. You guys will obviously get Response and ClickMagick sales. So one, we get quality system buyers for you guys to actually earn these commissions. Okay, so this is the first option. Okay, the whole point of this, guys, is that everyone earns 100% at the level they're qualified at. Okay, so you guys are VIP. Let's talk about VIP, right? If you guys bring in a pro, you guys get $200. If you guys bring in an elite, you get $500. And if you bring in a VIP, you make $2,000. Okay. Now, again, keep in mind that we're trying to sandwich this offer right here. Okay. We're trying to sandwich here. We want everyone to become an elite member at the maximum and at the minimum. Okay. They still get $200 here. They still get $500 here, just like with the VIP. And instead of getting $2,000, they get $1,000. Okay. So what's going to happen is people will be like, elite is $550, VIP is $2.2K. I can't afford this. I can't afford this. There's not much difference there. There's only $1,000 VIP. So I'm going to become an elite because that's the best level for me, for example, right? Now, again, guys, this can be one of the options. Now, how we're going to operate this in the future is we're going to be taking multiple transactions, okay? Now, I had to talk to my team, right? It's going to be a bit complicated. So the process wouldn't be as simple as, buy, click, done, right? Buy, click, done. It wouldn't be like that, okay? Because as I said, I am not interested in a shortcut. I'm interested in sustainability. So what's going to happen moving forward, if we were to actually run with this, is that in the video where I explain about the 3 levels, okay, for them to actually upgrade their account, all they need to do is pay the admin fee of $20 or $50 or $200. And once they pay the admin fee, the process will automatically give them an account to log into the pro area or the elite area or the VIP area. Okay, in other words, they get to access the upgrade straight away. Okay, and what's going to happen is my team will on a daily basis see who has upgraded to pro by the $20 transaction, who has upgraded to the elite by the $50 transaction, and so on. Okay, we're going to check who the sponsor is. So let's say, for example, you are the sponsor. Okay, let's say, for example, person A paid us $50. So now they are a temporary elite member. Okay, so we'll check who the sponsor is. And let's say, for example, the sponsor is Bobby. Okay, and let's say Bobby is also an elite member. So what's going to happen is my team will do a 3-way email chat and saying, congratulations, Freddie, for your decision to upgrade to elite. your sponsor Bobby is also, CC'd in this email. He is, here are his details. Please pay him $500. Once Bobby confirms his payment, your account will be permanently an elite, something like that. Okay. And what's going to happen is the person that just became an elite member who paid us $50 admin fee will have to pay Bobby, okay, directly, $500 commission directly. Okay. Now the reason why we want to do it like that, guys, is because we can't take on the risk of paying out huge commissions anymore. Okay. I already explained the reason why. We don't want to get shut down, right? Because once our PayPal gets shut down, guys, that's pretty much it for EEC. Okay. I hope you guys understand that. We already tried different merchants. We already tried different PayPal accounts, different shop accounts. Once this account gets shut down, it's pretty much over for us. And that's why we have to do whatever it takes to protect it. And to protect it, we need to make sure that our transaction doesn't look like high risk. Okay, so that's going to be the process. Again, it's not going to be a smooth process, but my team would definitely be able to manage it, and you guys would definitely get paid as long as you have an active PayPal account. Okay, so this is option number one. All right, keep on. This is option number one. Pause the screen if you have to. Watch this part if you have to, because I'm going to move on right about now. Okay, so this here is option number two. Now option number two is a bit forceful, but what it does, it also sandwiches the elite. Okay, again, I'll keep telling you guys, I'm going to sandwich the elite thingy. So again, there's 4 levels, right? The free member, we get $20 pro. Sorry, I'm taking that out. A free member, they'll bring in a pro sale, that's $20. Okay, if that person upgrades to elite, they get nothing. If that person upgrades to VIP, they get nothing. Okay, in other words, a free member is absolutely useless here if their members upgrade to elite and VIP. They only make $20 per pro sale, and that's it. Okay, and it's designed like this, guys. Just keep watching. A pro member who brings in a pro member will get $200. But if they bring in an elite member, they make nothing. If they bring in a VIP, they make nothing. An elite member who brings in a pro will make $200. A elite member who brings in an elite will make $500. And an elite who also brings in a VIP will also make $500. Okay. A VP will make $2,000, $5,000, and $2,000. Now, the reason why this level here works really well for elite is because you don't lose commissions at all. Even though you only add a elite member, you still make money as a VP. Now, again, this level here is not my favorite, but again, I want you guys to decide. I want to just throw everything out there, be transparent and explain stuff. Okay. This level here is very, very forceful. It's very, very pushy on the elite part. Okay, because really you have no choice. But because you have no choice to become an elite, it's also another way to look at it is becomes a no-brainer. Okay, so there's 2 ways to look at it. One is, oh my god, it's not fair for free members, it's not fair for pro members. Oh, but elite member is the best level. Well, that's exactly the case. So don't become a free member, don't become a pro member, and just become an elite member. Okay, so it's very pushy, it's very forceful, and the only way this can work, guys, is if we have massive momentum from day one. Okay, so from day one, people see this, they're like, wow, I'm gonna become an elite. Wow, I'm gonna become an elite, just like that. Okay, the pro is there. Right, honestly, it's just there to sandwich the elite. Same with the VP, it's just there to sandwich the elite because we're going for mass elite sales. So you guys can get $500, bang, bang, bang. Because here's the truth, right? I'll be honest with you guys. If you start receiving $2,000 payment from people from India, from people from Vietnam, from people from Malaysia, for example, I'm just listing countries, right? From people from France, Italy, all over the place, $2,000 ongoingly, your account will be limited. Okay, because it looks like, wow, these are high ticket transactions, and PayPal put a red flag to your account, and bang, your account will be frozen. It will be limited, and you need to supply your tracking ID and stuff like that. Okay, and that is why, guys, I wouldn't even suggest getting paid $2,000 in PayPal. Okay, because it actually is pretty risky, and I'm sure you guys out there right now are hearing people getting their PayPal account shutting down left, right, and center, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. Okay, so again, it's a very simple process. We're just sandwiching the elite offer. The free and the pro member is pretty much useless. The VIP member is pretty much useless. The whole point is everyone goes for VIP. Goes for elite. Okay. Now the third option, okay, it's going to be more high ticket, but then at the same time, you guys will actually earn a lot more commission if you guys want to run with this. Okay. Again, I want you guys to choose. Right. There's going to be 4 levels again with the bonus system. Okay. The pro now is going to cost $250. The elite is going to cost $750, and the VIP is going to cost $2,500. Okay, so if a free member brings in a pro, they make $20. If a free brings in an elite, they make $50. If a free member brings in a VIP, they make $100. Right. So again, our focus is not on free members. So it's just there for just some decent commission, but our focus is on free members. Right. Now, if you upgrade to a pro member, right, and they bring in a pro member of $250. They make $200 tier 1 and $20 tier 2. Okay, so there's going to be a passive income kind of element to it, right? If they're bringing an elite member, they get 200 tier 1, 20 tier 2. They're bringing a VIP, 20 tier 1, 200 tier 1, 20 tier 2. Okay, now if you're an elite member, you're bringing a pro sale, you get 200 tier 1, 20 tier 2. You get 500 tier 1 from the 750, and you also get 100 tier 2. So the company here makes 150, okay? Because again, if we want to keep this sustainable, this is the level we're gunning for, and basically the company to make some sort of money. I want you guys to, this is being transparent here, guys, okay? So the company makes $150 at the worst case scenario, okay? And again, this pays for my team to actually audit this on a daily basis, all right? So elite member makes 500 and 100, and on a VIP they make 500 and 100. Okay, and a VIP is the same thing. Besides 5-1 is 2,200. Okay, so it's one of those things again where we're sandwiching the elite, right? But at the same time, if they want to go for VIP, they can still go for VIP. So you guys can still get paid depending on they go VIP or elite, right? But the elite membership level is definitely a lot better than a pro, as you guys can see, right? Because this $100 tier 2 is a big deal. Not to mention the $500 tier 1 is also a big deal, okay? So as you guys can see, right? And of course, guys, there will be products attached to it. It's going to be, multiple income stream, GRCM, so on and so forth, right? But the main point I want you guys to discuss, right, is if we were to move on to 2019, right? And you were like a member / owner, if you guys were a member and you want to become big time, big leaders, right? Would you go for this method here, this structure here, where it will cost 250, 750, 2,500, and you could earn 200, 500, 2,000 on tier 1 and 20, 100 and 200 on tier 2? Or would you rather go for this structure here, which is just straight at 100% commission, no tier 2, bang, right? So it's a lot more affordable, right? 220 as opposed to 250, 550 as opposed to 750, and 2.2 as opposed to 2.5. So again, so the main thing is just the elite sale, okay? It's going to be a lot more affordable, right? And you guys would just get unlimited $500 commission, but you won't get any tier 2, okay? So if you guys were to pick, which one do you go for? This one right here, or would you rather go this one right here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this over here so you guys can have a comparison. Okay, you can just pause the screen, have a look at it. Again, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. If I was to pick as an owner, I will pick this option right here. Okay, one is because we can be different. We can separate ourselves from the companies out there. Because again, there's lots of companies out there that is pretty much running this exam structure, right? Not to mention they have a better infrastructure because they don't have to manually do the payment. It would just be like step 1, pay admin. Step 2, pay the sponsor. Okay. Now that's actually a bit flawed, guys. I actually looked into a few of those programs, and what happened was if the sponsor doesn't confirm the payment, then there's going to be a dispute. Okay. So basically, what's going to happen is, step 1, pay the admin. Step 2, pay the sponsor. And if they do pay the sponsor and the sponsor doesn't confirm the payment, then they pretty much they can't access their account. Okay. With our one, we guarantee, make sure that everyone gets paid. There's no loophole. There's no fraud going on. Okay, because I do know that with other programs, because you're paying peer to peer, there's a lot of shenanigans that can go and that can happen. Okay, with us again, it's a bit slower, but it's 100% accurate, and we're making sure things are right. Okay, we can control the payments. With second tier, what it does is that we're not copying other people. This is a whole different structure. We are unique because there isn't much second tier commission out there right now. There's, when it comes to programs like this, okay? And because you guys are already VIP, of course, you guys need to invest in a single cent. So, you guys can either choose the expensive level. By expensive, I really mean just 200 more, okay? And earn massive second tier commission, and you guys have to pay a single cent. Or you guys be like, you know what? Let's just do this because you reckon it's more conversions, and you don't need tier 2 because you probably get more $500, right? So it's up to you guys to decide to help me. Again, once we come up with the perfect system together, this can go on for a few more days, right? I'm going to be doing a massive pre-launch. I'm going to make sure you guys get results right now, okay? Again, guys, I want you to understand, all right? This whole year wasn't just me mucking around or just me testing you things or just me, not knowing what to do. The reason why we had so many speed humps is because we had so many problems, especially starting with the qualified member commission, right? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we paid out over $50,000 of just fake leads, for fake for fake everything. Okay. And that's a lot of money. And that's a lot of money to be throwing out there only because we had no idea what we were doing. But we wanted to do it anyway because we wanted, to help you guys make money. We wanted to pay our members who were actually taking action. But at the same time, we got screwed over big time. Okay, so just understand that. Keep that in mind before you make a judgment or anything like that. But moving on to 2019, guys, I really want you guys to stick around. I really want you guys to smash this again. If you guys already have a team, get everyone jump on board. We can definitely close those sales, go out there, get more members in, but help me come up with the program. I want you guys to have the, be on the same page as me so we can rock this together moving forward. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. It's actually 3 a.m. right now in Australia, so I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to wake up tomorrow first thing in the morning. I'm going to read your comments, read your feedback, read your suggestions, and then we can just, on a daily basis, we can just keep working on our program together, right? And hopefully we can come up with something really, really powerful. Okay, so that's it, and I'll talk